Good evening. Today, we will be covering the post-market update dated the 23rd of July, 2024. Indian equity indices ended lower for a third straight session on July 23rd, with a mix of announcements by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in her Union Budget speech. At close, the Sensex was down 73.04 points or 0.09% at 80,429.04. and the Nifty was down 30.20 points or 0.12% at 24,479. Titan Company, Tata Consumer, ITC, NTPC and Adani Ports were among the top gainers on the Nifty, while losers included L&T, ONGC, Hindalco, Shriram Finance and Bajaj Finance. Talking about the corporate segment, we have shares of cigarettes to hotels conglomerate, ITC Limited soared over 4% and emerged as the second biggest gainer on the Nifty 50 on July 23rd. This comes as investors rejoiced in the absence of a hike in tobacco taxation in the Union Budget 2024. While the move was aligned with market expectations, the fact that the government did not tinker with tobacco taxation still played well for the company as it generates a major chunk of its revenue from its cigarette business. Along with that, the several measures announced by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to boost employment in the Union Budget 2024 also bode well for the company as it fueled hopes of a rise in demand for consumer staple products due to higher incomes. The government has 5 schemes to facilitate employment and skilling for 4.1 crore youth central outlay of 2 rupees lakh crore, Sitharaman said in her budget speech. On top of that, the budget also focused heavily on spurring a revival in the rural economy through several measures announced to support the agricultural industry. This is likely to give the much-needed push to trigger a recovery in rural demand, which in turn works well for ITC as it has a major presence in the rural markets. Meanwhile, aside from ITC, other consumption names like Tata Consumer Products, Hindustan Unilever and Dabur India were also up 3 to 4%. Consequently, the Nifty FMCG index was also the top sectoral gainer, surging 2.5%. PROTEAN e-government technologies shares surged 11% to 1,680 rupees in Tuesday's trade on the BSE after Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman emphasized the government's commitment to digitizing the economy. The announcement highlighted the government's plans for the digitization of land records, both in urban and rural areas, as a part of a broader strategy to enhance economic efficiency and transparency. The Finance Minister announced plans for the digitalization of both urban and rural land records. States will be incentivized to implement land-related reforms and actions over the next 3 years through appropriate fiscal support. In rural areas, reforms will focus on land administration and planning. Key initiatives include implementing ULPIN or BU-Aadhaar for all lands, digitizing cadastral maps, surveying map subdivisions according to current ownership, establishing a land registry, and linking it to the farmers' registry. These measures are expected to facilitate credit flow and enhance agricultural services. For urban areas, the focus will be on urban planning, land usage, and building bylaws. Urban land records will be digitized with GIS mapping, and an IT-based system for property records and tax administration will be established. This will improve the financial position of urban local bodies. Solar stocks shot up by over 11% around 12 p.m., led by BOROSIL Renewables, after Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in her budget speech announced on the floor of the House that PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana was witnessing 1.28 crore registrations and 14 lakh applications. Sitharaman, who was presenting her 7th Union Budget on Tuesday, said the government's focus was on energy security and announced that a policy document on energy transition pathways will be released. The PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana was launched by the Modi 2.0 government to install rooftop solar plants, providing free electricity up to 300 units per month to 1 crore households. Shares of SUZLON Energy surged 4.7% to a fresh all-time high of 57.82 rupees on the BSE on Tuesday after the company reported stellar growth in its consolidated net profit for the quarter ended June 2024, amounting to 302 rupees crore. The current profit represents a 200% year-on-year, YOY, increase compared to 101 rupees crore posted in the corresponding quarter of the previous financial year. In the reported quarter, the company's revenue from operations stood at 2,016 rupees crore, marking a 50% increase from 1,348 rupees crore reported in the year-ago period. In the April-June quarter, the company achieved significant milestones, including its highest Q1 deliveries in 7 years at 274 megawatts, marking a 103% increase. Additionally, it reported its highest quarterly EBITDA in 7 years. According to the company filing, SUZLON also announced its largest ever order book of 3.8 gigawatts since its inception 29 years ago. Shares of SUZLON Energy have delivered impressive returns, with a multi-bagger gain of 193% over the past year and a remarkable increase of over 9 times in the last 2 years. Year-to-date, the stock has surged by nearly 50%. Agritech India Limited in daily time frame is trading around 234.21 points with a change of 20% and is trading with a net volume of around 858.988 thousand shares. The share price is trading above its moving average 204.48, which is a good indication for the stock. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 78.08. Vishwas Agri Seeds Limited in daily time frame is trading around 86.75 points with a change of 19.99% and is trading with a net volume of around 366.4 thousand shares. The share price is trading above its moving average 76.29, which is a good indication for the stock. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 71.74. Gravita India Limited in daily time frame is trading around 1,728.55 points with a change of 19.29% and is trading with a net volume of around 2.468 million shares. The share price is trading above its moving average 1,465.68, which is a good indication for the stock. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 74.90. For the stock recommendation we have, Quess Corp Limited looks good and can be bought at 647 rupees, keeping a stop loss of 630 rupees and a target of 679 rupees.
You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.